sweet blessings from the airwaves, guiding all through endless days. And our brothers speaking bright words, a shining light, tuning in each day, darling.
Well, good evening and welcome to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, where we inspire, we encourage, and we empower you to live a blessed and fulfilling lifestyle. I come to you every Wednesday to bring you knowledge and inspirational messages. And I just want to let you know that I'm the host. I am also an author. I am a retired school teacher. I have to look at this, y'all. Can't remember it all. An educational consultant, a jewelry consultant, a health consultant, and I'm also a certified cake instructor. So I bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to our conversations. I sometimes I think about it and I say, "Oh my God, God has really blessed me in many, many ways, so with many, many, many talents." And I feel that that is my duty or that is my gift is to teach others so that it can, uh, those traditions and all of those things can be carried on. So I am truly a teacher at heart, y'all. I have not gotten away from any of those things. So each one of my episodes, we're going to dive into topics that enrich your life. It can be from educational and personal development to health, wellness, and of course, the art of jewelry. And I do this by providing workshops and speakers. And so, since I've been doing the series, I have uh, a group of people, or I have scheduled a few guest speakers who are going to come on, and they're going to talk a little bit about self care and also mental health and things like that. So I want to make sure that I invite people in to give you not just my knowledge, but knowledge of other people who are in that field as well. So I want to thank you again for tuning into Sweet Blessings, where every conversation is a treasure. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I know last week I said that I was coming to the conclusion, and I do have a book an ebook that's coming out. I, uh, I did promote it a little bit. I did not put down where you could get it because I wanted to add um, some of the resources, which is what I'm going to talk about this evening. I'm going to talk about. Last week I talked, where do you get started? Okay, this time, where do you get started with personal development and self care? And so, because when I tell you, we're going to break for a commercial before I really get into it, but I told you, if you've been watching me or following me, that I was not aware of personal development. I did not do personal development. I didn't do any of those type of things because I wasn't brought up with that type of uh, knowledge or skills. But as I've gotten older, I realized that I do need personal development, and everyone needs personal development. Personal development makes you feel good, and so does self care. And so those things are important. That's why you see me on here because I didn't get it. I didn't have those type of things. I learned these are things that I've learned in my as I aged. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you truthfully that I got into these personal development things with groups that I was in. I was in like challenging groups and stuff, things like that. So I'm going to kind of briefly kind of tell you my story. And so when we come back, I'm going to welcome you again and then kind of go into professional development picks. Okay, so these are things, and I'm going to talk a little bit about books, videos, motivational speakers because they're all there. And I've been very fortunate in my life. That's why I'm sweet blessings, y'all, because I have been blessed in my life to have been around um, several uh, people who have motivated me. So let's take this brief commercial.
Yeah. Hey. Oh. Yeah. Hey. Hi.
Well, we are back, and I just wanted to tell you a little brief synopsis on Soul Lady Wigs. I don't have on one of their wigs today, but they are one of my affiliates, and I love their wigs. So, and I love wigs, y'all, because a wig you can put on a wig and you're a different personality. So don't ever forget that wearing a wig, and they're quality wigs. They custom make their wigs, and you don't very seldom do you see me endorse anything, but I will say that I am very pleased with the wigs that I have received from Soul Lady Wigs. So I want to get in. So I want to say welcome again to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. And today's episode is a special one. Okay. So I'm opening up my personal toolbox, is what I'm calling it, to share the books, the videos, and the speakers who have poured into me over the years. These resources help me grow professionally, mm, stay grounded spiritually, and take better care of myself emotionally and physically. And even though I want you all to know that I do read biblical books as well because I go to Bible study and we have books and things there uh, as well. So I do uh, read those books as well. And but most of them are learning books that we have there. They're not really motivational books, but the Bible is supposed to be a motivational book. And the Bible to me is a book, it's a guideline. And I think that the Bible, the Quran, Buddha, all of those religions, those are guidelines for their followers to follow. So tonight I'm opening up. I'm going to start off with professional development picks. So I'm going to show you mine, but my books are not in no particular order. I tried to put them kind of like the ones that kind of got me going into professional development. And so that would be, I would say, these two books here. Um, this one was a woman's devotional Bible. I don't know if you can see this. And I believe that I got this with, you can see I got little markers and stuff in there. I still look at it from time to time. But it has Bible verses in it. And they're basically pertaining to women, because we as women go through so many, many things. So this is one of my first books that I got, and if I'm not mistaken, both of these books I got. My aunt sells Avon, y'all, and they used to sell books there, and I got both of these books, I believe, on Avon, and I just it's a book that I've kept over um, the years, and it kind of helped me get into what I'm talking about now, because on the weekend it tells you to reflect, review, and revive. And so, as you can see, over the course of the years, that those things have been heavily on on my mind. But like I told you, I was grown when I started getting into this, and this is professional development. Okay. So, and then the other one is this one, Be a Force for Kindness. It is a random acts of kindness. And this one was um, just what it says. Excuse me. Random acts of kindness. And it's different little synopses or little stories. And it's everyday people. It's not anybody famous. It's just everyday people where they uh, have shown acts of kindness. Now, I'll read this to you. If there is any kindness I can show, or any good things I can do to any fellow being, let me do it now and not deter or neglect it, as I shall not pass this way again. And that's by William Penn. Okay. And then the story of the above was it's about a person who was living in Chicago, and he read about a little boy who had leukemia. Uh, the thing about it is, every time that he was feeling depressed or sad, or particularly maybe just sick, a toy would arrive that would cheer him up. So what happened was the boy eventually died, and his parents thought maybe the magic dragon, or this was the person who was sending the toys to the little boy to cheer him up, would come forward. But that never happened. So what happened was the person that heard this story decided that he would become the magic dragon. So this book is just small stories where they show act of kindness in this one. Okay, now I'm showing you books that have been really inspirational for me. I got some comments over here. Um, I'm make sure you check out our website, which is at www.ctrmedianetwork.com. There, you can also reach me there sometimes, and also you can send stars to CTR Media Network. But you can also send stars to me, both of us. Why don't you just send stars to both of us? So if you're on Facebook, you can send you can send stars to me as well. So as I get back to the the books that have inspired me, those were two of them. And then I think the next two, well, this one here, I mentor uh, daycares. Okay, when I say I'm an educational consultant, and I do that for the state, y'all. I've been doing it since 2000. Yeah, 2004. I've been doing that. I think that's when the program I started for the state. And what I do is I help them get their national accreditation. So Miss Tina is saying hello now, and also hashtag live. Thank you very much for that. But let me get back to over here. I mentor sites that for them to get their national accreditation, and I've been doing that since, like I said, since 2004. And this is one of the books that was given to us as mentors that kind of helped me along the way because, and I, like I said, because something, do you learn how to be a mentor? I'm just wondering, is that something that you learn I, to be a mentor? Is it because they don't teach that in school? They don't teach you how to be a mentor to someone. And so this was a great book for me. What excellent mentors, Doctor. What I'm sorry. What excellent mentors do. Uh, and it says matter of skills. And then this is just the first chapter, y'all. There's a list of them, at least 19 things. So it gives you a description of some of the things that the mentor does. And then the second chapter is traits of excellent mentors, matter of style and personality. Okay, all that plays into fact. Arranging the mentor's protege relationship, matters of beginning. Knowing thyself as a mentor, matter of integrity. So knowing yourself as a mentor. And you want to, I'm born under one of them signs that, believe in being fair. So I believe in a lot of integrity and so forth. Things go wrong, matter of restoration, because y'all know things go wrong. You can get up with so much intention daily, and then all of a sudden those things go wrong. Something go wrong to throw you all the way off. And I always share my experiences with you because that happens to me quite often, especially if I got to deal with AT&T. Okay, that's an all day thing. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 days. Where I'm back and forth and trying to take business. So when you're doing stuff like that, it takes away from some of the things that you kind of want to do. Okay. But you just got to regroup and just get it back on time. But like I said, this was it's by W. Brad Johnson, Charles R. Riley. I don't know if it's still in print or not, but it was an excellent giving you traits of what the elements of mentoring is. And then after I got kind of into the challenges that I was in, because believe it or not, y'all, I always tell people, I know people don't believe this, but I was afraid to go live, to get on like I'm doing now in front of a social media audience. And so what I did, because I am a trooper and a fighter, and so what I did was I joined a couple of challenges where you had to go live. And it was a team effort. So it taught you several things. Okay. You didn't want to let your team down. So we were given, tasks or actions that we had to do daily. And that is how, I'm going to be honest with you all, that is how I met Dr. Tina Ramsey. It was through those we were on a team together, and we have been friends ever since. It's like minds, you know what I'm saying? And needless to say, most people don't believe that I ever was afraid to go live, but I wasn't. But during the course of that challenge, there was two things that stuck out to me. One of them was secrets, and you can go, it's a video, you all. It's an old video, but you can look it up on YouTube, and it's by Napoleon Hill. And it is on secrets. He has quite a few things. He's an older person, but you can't let that deter you, because I'm going to tell you, you can learn from everybody. You can even learn from babies. So don't let that deter you. He has a powerful message in that video. It's boring, but if you really, really listen to the message that he's giving, because he's giving you the power of success. Now, do we follow it? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But I'm just saying. And then this is the other one. This one was by Rhonda Bird. It is also Secrets. Powerful, powerful book. Okay. The other one's a video. This one is about the secret. And you have to read it to know that all the chapters are basically the secret. The secret revealed, the secret made simple, how to use the secret. Okay. Powerful processes, the secret to money, the secret to relationships, the secret to health, the secret to the world, the secret to you, the secret to life, and then it has bibliography. And then it gives you some secret insights. And the secret insights, you are about our favorite people. And this book here is multi authors in it. It's not just one author, but this is many authors. And a lot of these people in this book are motivational speakers. So when I get to start talking about motivational speakers, you'll hear me say Lisa Nichols, Jay Shetty. You'll hear me say those. Those are to me, those are good motivational speaker. There's one more that I really like, and I saw him at Shelton. I think it's Brent Shelton. I saw him at a conference, one of the conferences that I attended, and he was very, very motivating to me. So in my notes, I'm going to stop with those right there. But in my notes, for professional development, there's a book called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell, uh, Why It Matters, taught me to lead with purpose and develop others. The key takeaway from that was that leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. So, and I believe that's true. That's true. Now, those are books, but also in as far as speakers, let's not forget Les Brown now. One of the greatest speakers that we've had, orators as we have. You've got to be hungry. Mm. Have you ever heard him talk about that? If not, you can go to YouTube, y'all, and get this, but you got to be hungry. So there are people who can talk to you that can motivate you just by listening to them. There are people who can pray and you can feel their prayer, just like you can feel the motivation that that person is trying to get across uh, to you. And that's a gift. That is truly a gift, if you must know. So when it helps during moments I needed courage to pivot or level up. I'm in a class now, and the instructor, she's really trying to help all of us with our financial and business strategies and stuff, because that's another um, gray area where we as people, well, I'm gonna say people of color. I don't know, other people might not have this problem, and they might also have it. But I never got the opportunity to learn how to budget, and so financing is something that is difficult for me, and I'm also afraid of it. Okay, because I've always had like ups and downs. So she is trying to get me to um, level up. Let's put it like that. So that's what Les Brown is talking about. The lesson: don't let your circumstances define your destiny, and that's the truth. Don't let your circumstances define your destiny. And then the video, Simon Sinek, I think that's what it is. TED Talks. It starts with why. Impacts help. The impact that it does is that it helps me get clear about my why in business and ministry. Why am I there? Why am I in this business? Why am I doing this business? Why do I go to this ministry? I can answer both of those questions for you, right? Just right off at the top of my head, because I research what I get into. Seriously, it's important that you research. And I am a research based person. And it might be because I am a teacher. I don't know, but I am a research person. But right now, we're going to take another commercial. And then when I get back, y'all, we are going to talk about self care and spiritual growth. Okay. Those resources. Okay. So here we go. It's a short one. Who doesn't love a little jazz? Okay. That is CTR Media Network, which I just was talking to you about. Um, I am a part of that. I am so proud to be a part of that, because we are making history. And when I tell you these things, it's truly a blessing. I don't know, You never know. I always tell people you never know where God is going to put you. And so here I am doing a podcast trying to fulfill people, just to help people. That's all. Because sometimes you just don't know. Like I told you, later on in my life, I didn't know. So we're going to get ready and we're going to talk a little bit. And some of these people, I'm going to bring these books up because, like I told you, I did not put any spiritual books out here because the Bible is one of those. But I study the Bible at Bible study. Right now, we're studying Hebrew, the book of Hebrew. So, which is a learning thing as well. Oh, maybe I do have one. Let me see. I'm looking here. Might have one. Oh no, that's something different. Okay, but it's similar. But I could show it, but I'll show at the end. So, how many of you have heard of Joyce Meyer? Because she has a program that she comes on television, and she has written a book, and the book is called The Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Myers. So, why did I read it? Because I am a person that struggles with overthinking and doubt. And that's what her book is about. So if you notice the pattern that I'm going to put, I struggle with, I try to learn about and try to correct it as much as I can. So I do struggle with overthinking things and doubt. That's why I failed that test, because I overthought it. I knew it, but it was something tricky about it. One little word in there, just threw it off, threw my thinking off. And so I overthought it. So I had to, sometimes you just have to get it, get it together. After I read that book, y'all, what really stuck with me was that you cannot have a positive life and a negative mind. If you're going to have a negative mind, you're going to have a negative life. You cannot have a positive life and a negative mind. So that is what I took away from that book from her, Joyce Myers. And it's called Battlefield of the Mind. Because really, truly, I talked about mindset. Then there's a speaker, I'm sure you, Sarah Jakes Roberts, Girl Get Up. I believe that's T.D. Jakes' daughter. And she is just as profound speaker as her father. He really trained her well. But what resonated with me is that it reminded me that my past doesn't disqualify me from my future. I'm going to repeat that. It reminded me, see, this is why you need to read personal development or listen to personal development people, because you can be feeling down and out, and there's some reassurance along the way. So you're not in this alone. So it reminded me that my past doesn't disqualify me from my future. These are heavy words tonight, y'all. I'm preaching. I feel like I'm preaching. I feel like I'm preaching. That's okay. That's okay. I don't mind preaching. I come from a family of preachers. Okay. So, and then the video. Now, y'all can talk about this woman as much as you want, but there's some positive things. It was just like Jesse Jackson. People said a lot of negative things about him as well. But you know what? I look at him and I say he was for blacks. And I look at Oprah and I feel like she's here. She has a cause. And sometimes people don't really understand the cause. I'm not here to judge and I don't care. But she had a video out. Um, it was called Oprah's Super Soul Sunday. Y'all remember that? It might be still out. But this one here resonated with me because she was interviewing Maya Angelou and Eckhart Tolle. It was awesome, y'all. But when I tell you these things, go back and look at them on YouTube. You'll see what it is. Now, how that helped me was that it was a gentle reminder to slow down, listen, and trust God's time. That's what that interview told me. So these are powerful things. Sometimes you just have to listen. Listen to what's going on. Take that time to sit back and reflect. Okay. Now, I am going to take another commercial, y'all, because I need to reflect. But when we come back, I'm going to go over personal reflections and my go to tools. I'm going to talk about these books here. I know that during the course of my lives, one of them I couldn't even find, but I did find that I have talked about these. So when we come back from the commercial, um, I will go over that. I'm pushing my wigs out. Okay, we are back. I will display that link a little later, but um, I wanted to share some additional resources or routines that I use over the course of years. And when I say resources, which means I go back to these books. Seriously, I go back because sometimes you need to go back. Now, it's a couple of books over here that are brand new. I have not been able to get into them, but I wanted you to see them because a lot of times, but I'll tell you as we go along. So, the first one is this book. Now, this is Girls Wash Your Face. It's by Rachel Hollis. I bought this book. It is a very good book, y'all. And what it does, it says, stop believing in the lies about who you are so you can become who you were meant to be. Now, if this is not a motivational book, I don't know what it is. I can read a few of the contents of the table of contents. Something else will make me happy. The lie I'll start tomorrow. the lie I'm not good enough. These are all chapters in this book. So this is a self-care motivational book. You need to hear things like this, positive things like this, so that your mind can hear it and deep down inside this thing. Because if you keep hearing negative, 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 you know what's going to happen, right? You're going to believe in that negative. Okay, subconsciously it's going to happen. So, the other one is this one, and this is the one I could not find, but as you can see, I have used it many, many times. This is really a good book. This one I won when I was doing I had my healthcare coach, and I won this book. It was the greatest thing ever. He talks about when you talk to yourself, you have to be mindful of how you talk to yourself, because sometimes you can talk to yourself and bring your own self down. And this he really delves into um, how you should talk to yourself. Now I'll give you some. His name is Shay Hemster. Um, Chapter 1 is looking for a better way. 2 is the answers. Chapter 3, creating positive change that leads new discoveries. We learn to believe the wall, passing it on, which you hear me talking about. So we got to learn the 5 levels of self-talk. We've got to learn how to talk to ourselves. We got to. So this was an excellent book. Now, the next book is Affirmations for a Woman on a Mission. And this one, I believe in affirmations. If you know anything about me, or if you follow me, you know that I post an affirmation every day, daily. I need it, but other people need it as well. Now, this book, you see it's in blue and gold, yeah. But this book was written by my sorority sister and one of the CTR Media Network um, podcasters. And it is, um, in fact, it's by Tiffany Bell. Tiffany Bell is the podcaster. She has a podcast show on CTR Media Network. And then my sorority sister, we call her Dr. T, she autographed this book for me. Can you see that? Wasn't it beautiful? So I cherish this. And it's a journal. It's an affirmation journal. So you see I haven't even written in it, but I read from it because the messages or the things that they have are just powerful. I am already loved. That's the topic. And then it gives you little activities that you can write. Is that So I told you I treasure. I ain't even did nothing to it, but I think about, where do you struggle accepting that you are loved? It makes you think, y'all. What holds you back from believing that you're loved? How do you feel when you think about God's love for you? What motivates you to feel this way? And then it asks you to write out at least 5 scriptures about God's love for you and read them aloud to yourself every day, twice a day this week. So when you do stuff like that, you're going to feel good. Then it tells you to write out your thoughts after that exercise. So this book, I do believe, I'm not sure, but I think it is. This was a special edition that I got at the conference, at our centennial conference, and she autographed it for me and sent it to me, and I'm just so ever grateful. And she comes on Facebook with her motivational things. And, she's been through some things. We all have. And it's good to see those people who have been through things to rise above and try to help others. And that is exactly what she is doing. Now, the next book, I have not done anything with it, but my daughter gave me this one. It says, Buy the Roses, Book the Trip, Say the Words, a no regret journal for pure happiness. And so, and then she autographed this one for me as well. As you all can see, I like books, okay? And it says, Live, travel, adventure, blessed, and don't be sorry. And there's this one here, you also write down your thoughts because, and you all hear me talking about all the time, how many times I just jot down stuff on little bitty pieces of paper, but this is one where it says create the day. I put on the canvas whatever comes to your mind, and you would create the day for that one. This one says satisfy your soul. I wish to live a life that causes my soul to dance inside and out. These are little sayings here on the side, and then you would write about it, how it made you feel. Don't wait for someone to bring you flowers. Plant your own garden and decorate your own soul. And then over here it has buy that. So I can't wait to get into this book. This is my next one to get into. But then over the holidays, my girlfriend, I have a girlfriend, we have been friends since grammar school. And she brought me this book. And she said what happened was that her pastor at her church kept talking about this book. And so she got one for herself and she also bought me one. So wasn't uh that was just great. And it's a book of blessings, y'all. A book of blessings. Because I really tell you that this girl has been blessed. And then there's a beginning, um, and uh, desires. I'm just reading the headlines, not all the stuff up under it. Thresholds, homecoming, state of heart, callings, all of those things. So, um, let me see. Did I? Okay, let me go back to my notes. All right. So, daily affirmations or devotionals you love Jesus calling. Okay. And if you watch any of my lives, you know that I do a daily sentence there, um, because you can't do anything without God. Okay. So I try to have God in my life all the time. And you can also listen to podcasts, y'all. This is one of them where you can listen to. But there are others that you can listen to. I'm gonna give you just a little brief thing at the end. Um, They have workshops, mentors, or conferences that pour into you. Self development conferences, great conferences, y'all. Seriously. Uh, how you incorporate rest, prayer, journaling, or creativity into your self care. How do you do those uh, things? So we're going to make one last commercial, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm going to feature a few books and videos and stuff that you can also listen to or watch as well. And then I am going to close it out. And I'm going to give you a call to action. You can look for the ebook. Both of them. I'm still going to do that 2-for-1 uh, package that I have for the first uh, 10 people. I don't know. I might keep it that way, but I know for the first 10 people, they will be able to get the two, uh, 2-for-1 on those on my ebooks. So, with that being said, let's take this commercial. All right, we are back, and we're going to do this conclusion. So, here's some books um, that you can look up. I gave you some at the beginning. I wanted to give you some at the end. Excuse me. The Gift of Imperfection is by Brene Brown, and it talks about self worth, vulnerability, and living authentically. The second one is Atomic Habits. It's by James Clear, and it talks about building small habits for big life changes. Great for self discipline and for motivation. Believe Bigger. It is by Marshawn Evans Daniel. It's faith based empowerment. It's purpose. It's discovery and mindset shifts. Self care for Black women. It's by Oludara Adi Yo. I think please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing this. Please. It is practical and emotional self care for Black women, including actionable tips. But you can also use my ebook, Practical Steps to Professional Development, which was the book that I came out with at the end of my series on professional development. Some videos is TE Did Talk, The Power of Vulnerability is by Brene Brown. And you've heard me talk of this author during my presentation this evening. Um, it's a perfect tie in if you start with this book. Okay. YouTube, I Am Not Your Guru is by Tony Robbins. It's a documentary. It's raw, motivational, and great for discussing emotional breakthroughs. The YouTube channel, Jay Shetty. Oh, I love him, y'all. And believe it or not, he was a monk that he left the monk, and now he's a motivational speaker. So, like when I tell you all the time, you just don't really don't know what God has in store for you. It's been things that has happened in my life that I never ever thought that I would be, participating in or doing. Okay. So sometimes other people see talent in that. And like I said, he's a former monk who's turned motivational speaker. His short videos on purpose, self worth, and mindset are easy to digest and they are powerful. Oprah's Super Soul Sunday, she has clips on YouTube. Go there. YouTube is very resourceful, you all. While you're there, look up Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. And please subscribe to that. I will put it down here so that you can see. I think that's it. Yes. I got another comment here. I don't know. Sometimes you get good comments. Sometimes I don't even know. Okay. But anyway, I will not even entertain that. So the other one, I talked to you about the one with Maya Angelou and Eckhart Tolle, but Ivania Vincent is a good one too. That was a nice interview that she did with that. So when I talk about speakers, remember I told you, remember that name, Lisa Nichols. She's a powerful speaker on transformational abundance and self-care. Eric Thomas. Have you heard of him? Yes, yes. E.T., the hip hop preacher. He is very high energy. He's perfect for motivating your audience to push through tough times. Sarah Jakes Roberts. She blends faith and empowerment in a real, reliable way. Trent Sheldon. Remember I told you? Oh, yeah. I had the privilege of meeting Trent Sheldon at a conference. And he is a very, very powerful motivational speaker. He's also a former National Football League player that turned motivational speaker with a down to earth style. His videos and podcasts are highly engaging. I'm telling you, he's good. And he also does TikToks as well on the TikTok channel. So I wanted to go over those things, which those some extra resources that you could use. But I want to say this, okay? Whether you're on a journey of healing, learning, leading, or launching something new, there's always a tool that can help. I hope something I shared today blessed you like it blessed me. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once, or you don't have to do it all alone. Your toolbox is just as unique as your journey. Remember that. So, as I close this evening, I hope that in some kind of way I have inspired you. I hope that some kind of way I have encouraged you. And I hope that some kind of way I have empowered you to live a blessed and fulfilling lifestyle. I will be back on next Tuesday. My next thing will be on financial freedom. The same thing that we talked about this evening that I told you I have problems with. But if you know me, I'm going to confront my problems head on. I got to do that. So remember that um, I end my shows with my 3 L's, y'all. So you want to live your life. That's the first one. That's my first L. Live. Live your life to the fullest. The second one is laugh. Find ways to laugh. And laugh at yourself. You know you can make do crazy stuff. So laugh at yourself. And then the last thing is to love. Love yourself. Self love is the most important love there is. So before we go, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, I go live on Facebook. Hold on Thursdays. Well, really, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and some Saturdays. But I also on Thursdays go live on Facebook there. I'm gonna put my Facebook thing down here. Hold on. So that's my Facebook account. So if you want to go there, and also on that Thursday, I also go live on Instagram. So those two platforms I'm on together there. So just wanted to let you know, and I also want to let you know that I'm still seeking advertising and sponsors and commercials and guest slots. So if you're interested, please reach out to me at Lacine1 at gmail.com. There's my email down there as well. I think that's all of my housekeeping. But you can also reach me at CTR Media Network, Sweet Blessings as well. I think that is it for this evening. So I'm going to bid you all adieu. And I hope I have some little stuff to show at the end. But I hope you all have a great rest of the thing. And I will see you all next